that, 30 some odd years later that, his boy is doing all right. You know what I mean? So, you know what? Let's get into it, Jeff. I'm excited. It's week 9. Let's talk about week 8 first, though. Week 8 results: win, loss, PT bets. I went 7-9 last week. Raiders, you messed me up last night. We could have went 8-8 and had a 500 week, but I'm 56-66 on the year. Jeff, we were somewhat on the same page. We somewhat finished the same, but Jeff got the draw on one of his situations. So he's 6-9-1 last week and has fallen to 59-63-2. But I know that this is a bounce back week because this is week 9 and we got a lot of really good games on the schedule this week, Jeff, that really cater to our betting tendencies, in my opinion. And up first, let's go ahead and talk about this one. This is an old rivalry game from even the old Oiler days. But we know that for a slight moment there, it was a pretty good rivalry when the Titans did move to Tennessee in the first few years in the old AFC Central. So the Steelers and Titans are very aware of each other, but we know they had some real wars back in the day and everything like that. Jeff, I'm going to let you kick this one off. What are your thoughts on this game and who do you have winning?
I was high on the Steelers preseason. Really thought that Pickett was going to take the next step. The early season injury, I thought to Deontay Johnson was a big step back. And they struggled early, came out of the gate slow, but I liked what I saw. They come out after the break. They beat the Rams, get to 4-2. They came back home on this past Sunday, and Pickett has to leave the game. And what really stung for me is that was we had Denver outright. We had the Chargers. That was the third wheel of our action parlay. So they cost us a lot of money at ECSI on Sunday. But my point here is, don't know if Pickett's playing. The assumption is he's not. So they're going to wheel in Trubisky. Obviously, Pat Fry moved on the IR. They still have Deontay Johnson. They still have Pickens. And, of course, the two-headed monster with Warren and Najee Harris. On the flip side, Titans, Tannehill gets hurt. In comes their rookie sensation, Mr. Levis. And actually, no, I'm sorry. Willis to Levis? He throws 4 touchdowns. He's the next coming to Kenny Stabler, Warren Moon. And if you saw the end of the game as he's running to the tunnel, it was like Vrabel pulled them aside and almost said, "Yo, kid, not so fast." And I'm hearing that he might not start this week. I got to go with the true number here. Steelers opened up -3 with a 34. It's still -3 with a 36. I think the Steelers win. I bought the hook and took them down to 2.5. But if you really like the Steelers, I'm confident that you could play the money line. Short week, I think it's a good bounce back spot for them. I think they get to 5-3 pops. I like the Steelers.
All right. Well, the Steelers seem like they're a really strong play, and I'm looking at the Steelers situation at home. They played 4 games at home. They're 2-2. They're fresh off of a 10-point loss to the Jaguars, who probably gave them their most thorough beating of the season. I think that they did an even better job than Houston did, because Houston really was a game where they just made a lot of mistakes. But in this one, they played a straight up game, and the Jaguars just showed that they were a much better team. And Trevor Lawrence just added on to, what is already a MVP type season with a great performance against one of the top 3 defenses in the NFL. So that's something that you really do look at and you say to yourself, you know what, this Steelers team is very middling at best. And you really don't know what Tennessee is. Tennessee seems like they're a really great team at home. But when they get on the road, it's a little different. And it's easy to tell that when they get on the road, it gets a little different. Because at home, they got the crowd behind them, and they got a great crowd. But they're 0-3 on the road. And that's something that is really, really questionable with this team, because they have not even been close in these road games either. That's what the thing is. They've absolutely got crushed in every single one of these games. So on a short week with a quarterback issue for the Steelers, somewhat of a quarterback issue for the Titans, you look to yourself and you say, okay, the Titans needed to have some fresh blood put into the situation, and it worked. It worked immensely. Okay. And if he's able to start, I think Variable just wanted to make sure that he humbles the kid and make sure that he knows that he's not a guarantee to anything in this league. That's more of a moral lesson. But let's keep it real. The guy threw for 4 touchdowns on debut. He's starting Thursday. You know what I mean? Tannehill has not done anything better than him on tape, and they know that they have to go with that I did. So pretty much what I'm going to do here is this, and I don't act like I didn't see Jeff has it at 2.5 for the Steelers, as you guys can see. And then I'm going to take 3.5 to the Titans. So that's what we're going to do with this one right here. Jeff is on the Steelers. I'm on the Titans. We're going to meet in the middle. So the Steelers win by 3. We're all in good shape. Okay. But really, I would love to see the Titans get the upset here because I just really don't trust the Steelers at this point. But we know that it's a home game for the Steelers, and we know that this is a team that's a bad road team. So this kind of speaks to